Hey Year 7, welcome back to these videos on the Boy in Striped Pyjamas. Today we're looking at chapter 18. So if you haven't already, can you please read for me chapter 18? So that's the first task. And then we can go through a summary. So, summary. Okay, so Shmuel does not show up at the fence for several days. Bruno is overjoyed when he finally does, but Shmuel seems very upset. He has not been able to find his father and does not think Bruno's father would be able to help him, even though Bruno offers to ask him. He is sad when Bruno tells him he is going back to Berlin, and when Bruno suggests he comes to visit, Shmuel does not seem to think that that would be possible. Bruno wishes they could play together just once before they have to part, and Shmuel lifts up the fence. There is enough room for Bruno to crawl under. Bruno is afraid he will get into trouble, but he has an idea. Shmuel could bring Bruno a pair of striped pyjamas that he could change into and slip under the fence the following day. With Bruno's head shaved, he would fit in with the other boys in the camp. Bruno returns home excited for his adventure the following day. So that's a summary. So now we can go on to analysing this summary. So, analysis. So Shmuel probably knows that, like the other people from the camp who go missing, his father won't come back. But he still clings to an unrealistic hope, as any child might do in the face of such trauma. It's never directly stated, but it's inferred that Shmuel's father dies, most likely in the gas chambers. Bruno, optimistic in his ignorance, suggests father could help find him, even though it is father's direction that has led to his death. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay, quick task for you. So, everyone, can you find quotations to support the above analysis? For example, you could find maybe some quotes that we could, where we can infer that Shmuel's father has actually died. Even though it doesn't explicitly say this, it implicitly portrays this message. So maybe find some quotations to prove that. If you're on bronze and red flight path, add some context to this analysis. Remember, context is anything which influences the book but isn't necessarily stated in the text. So it's the kind of surrounding events occurring when the book is written. So external influences, basically, such as obviously the Holocaust, Nazi Germany, what's happening in England at the time, blah, blah, blah. So let's do a bit more analysis then. Okay, so Bruno sees the search for Shmuel's father as a kind of adventure, and Shmuel is touched that his friend would help him. Shmuel still clings to hope that his father is alive, and so is no longer concerned for his friend's safety and innocence. Bruno is also excited at the prospect of finally seeing what life is like on the other side of the fence. All his exploring thus far has been benign and fun, so he still can't seem to conceive of the dangers he is seeking out. Okay, I want you to do the exact same thing as before, but this time obviously with what's happening in this part of the analysis. So we can try and find some quotes to prove the theme of adventure, as well as friendship and innocence. So those are the three main themes of this chapter. So I'll repeat that. So the key themes are adventure, friendship, and innocence. Okay, so maybe find some quotations for those three themes. And then bronze and red, add some context as well. All right, so we're on to flight paths. Woo, our favourite. So, green, what are the key themes in the boy in striped pyjamas? Why are these themes important to the novel as a whole? Yellow, describe the friendship between Schmel and Bruno. Remember to find quotations to support your point. Very important. Bronze, what are the key themes in the text? Why are these themes important to the novel as a whole? But I want you to answer this using the piece structure. So you're going to make a point, you're going to add some evidence, which is quotations, you're going to add a bit of analysis, some context, and then the effects on the reader. Red, I want you to also use piece structure, but comment on the final line. All in all, it seemed like a very sensible plan and a good way to say goodbye. This is quite an interesting way to end the chapter. What might we be able to say about that? Okay, so I'm stretching you quite a lot here, okay? So if you do have questions, please let me know, because these are kind of questions that you might come across in kind of year 10 or year 9. Yeah, so, 9 or 10, depending on, obviously, how well you do it. But please don't be alarmed at these. They are difficult, and if you've got questions, just let me know. And then we can go straight on to our review. Okay, let's do our review then. So again, what have you found most interesting about this text/unit of work so far? This was the same as last lesson. So if you've got anything which is kind of changed during this chapter, then I would like you to write that down. So think about what you wrote last time. Has anything changed since then? Is there anything that's added to your interest, or maybe you've found something else which is sparked an interest in you? Okay, so that's all I want from you today, and thank you for listening.